Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Kyla from K Digital Design. Today we're diving into the October digital plan with me using my monthly October digital planner and matching digital stickers. I'm really excited about this month's digital stickers. I used a different pen on Procreate than I normally use. It is called Jelly Crayons, and I just love how these turned out. I think they're so fun and kind of give like a cozy, fuzzy vibe, which is what I'm trying to go for this month. I also want to share with you the October tech wallpapers that I created that are available in my freebie studio from my website. There is a collage style, the collage style with a Sunday start calendar, and one with a Monday start calendar. And then I also created this more simple one if you don't like that busy collage kind of look. I personally use the collage one for my lock screen and then the more simple one for my home screen on my devices, just so it's not so crowded with the apps on the screen. I also just wanted to mention that you can purchase the October monthly planner and the October digital stickers on my Etsy shop. Alright, so now let's get into the digital planning part. To open up the digital planner, you just tap on the October and it will take you to the planner index. From here, you can navigate to any section of the planner by clicking on the words or also on the tabs along the side. If hyperlinks are not working for you, it's probably because you are in write mode, which means that you can see the toolbar along the top, which looks like this. If you see this, just tap the little pen and then it will take you into read mode, which lets you click on the hyperlinks. So the first page that I like to plan is the monthly overview. So I'm just going to click October overview and it's going to take me to this page. So October is turning out to be a very busy month for me. So I have quite a few appointments, and then my main focus this month is actually just to start on the 2025 planners because there is going to be a big launch coming out in, I hope, the end of November. Okay, so let's start out by writing down this month's focus. So I'm just going to zoom in on the iPad and click the little pen tool if you don't see your toolbar already. And I personally like to use the scribble feature, which means I use a font to convert my writing. So to do that, all you need to do is select your font of choice. I personally use my font called K Digital Design, and that is also in my Etsy shop. And I use size 30 to write out everything on my planner. So I'm just going to start by writing out this month's focus by clicking on the page, and then I'm simply just going to start writing. And then I'm just going to use these little lines here and just drag it into the middle. Moving down into this month's top 3 priorities, I'm actually only going to write down one priority, which is to work on the 2025 planners because that is going to take up all of my time. And then I'm just going to leave this month's important to-dos blank because I really don't have anything else on the go right now besides working on these planners. But if you have things going on in your life that you want to write down, you definitely can. And then I just use this as my top 3 so that I focus on these ones, and then these are kind of remaining after. So now I am going to write down any birthdays or events that I have. So I use these boxes here for the date of the event. The first one that I have here is on the 10th, and this is my grandma's birthday. The next thing I have on here is on the 14th, which is Thanksgiving. I'm Canadian, so that's why we have Thanksgiving in October for all you Americans out there. And then on the 29th, it's actually my grandpa's birthday. Alright, now moving down to appointments, I use these squares for the date again. I use this bigger rectangle box here for the time of the appointment, and then I write the appointment in this main section here. Okay, so I am done entering everything that I want to put on this planner spread. And so the next thing I like to do is go in and decorate the planner just with a little bit of color and some digital stickers. So let's start with the digital stickers first. I'm just going to add a few from the Elements collection. So you can either copy and paste these using the lasso tool. So you circle, and then GoodNotes changed their toolbar and I don't really like it, but it's this one here with the two little pages, and then you can come onto the planner spread and then click paste. And then the other thing that you can do is use the Elements collection file that is included, and then you can view the stickers here, and I just find this easier to use the Elements collection. So I am going to add the orange pumpkin here, and I'm just going to put that just in the corner. And the other one I'm going to use is the little cat. I'm just going to make it about the same size as the pumpkin, and then I am going to drag him just down in this corner here. And I'm only going to add these two stickers onto this spread. Now I'm going to go in with my highlighter tool and add some color to the planner. So I like my highlighter colors to match the stickers just so it kind of all goes with the same theme. So the way that you can do that is by clicking on the highlighter color, and then under custom you can click this little dropper, and it is going to allow you to drag it around and select a color. So as you can see, it turned to this orange color, and then you click add to preset and it's going to save at the top. So I already have that color saved. I also have a green color, a black, and then like a lighter orange. And so I took all of those from the digital stickers here. So I'm going to go in with the green first, and I just like to highlight the week that I'm on with the color. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is just create little dots going along the edges here of anything that I wrote out. I just find, like I said, it just adds a little bit of color, and it's easy to do. And I'm just going to create a pattern. So I started with the green, and then I think I'm going to do that darker orange color. And then I'm going to do the black, which actually kind of comes out gray with the highlighter color. And then I'm also just going to dot this one over here. Even though there's no date, I use it as like a checkbox. Now I'm going to use the pen tool, and again, I already added the colors in, but you can do the exact same thing with the color dropper with the pen and even the pencil if you like using the pencil as well. And I'm just going to create just like a little squiggly line here. I've been liking putting squiggly lines under some things just to add something different to my planner. Just something like that. Alright, so now that I'm done the October overview page, I'm going to move on to the vision board, which is the next page. So you can just swipe to access that. So for this page, I like to use pictures from Pinterest or an app called Dupe Photos, which I will link in the description below. So I'm going to use Pinterest right now for some photos, and I actually saved some pictures to a Pinterest board called Vision Board on my page. So I will link that board for you guys as well, so that you can go through and select any photos that you might like from here. I'll also link the vision board that I create in my digital planner in my freebie studio so that you guys can access and download that if you'd like. If you don't have time to create a vision board, or if you just like mine and want to use it, then you can insert that vision board into your digital planner already completed. So to save pictures from Pinterest, you just click on the picture, click the three dots at the top, and then click download image, and it's going to save this image into your camera roll on your iPad. So once you save all of the images that you want to use, head back to your GoodNotes app, and then you're going to click the image tool in the toolbar along the top, and then you're going to see all of the images that you saved at the top here in like a little carousel. So to insert them onto your digital planner, you're simply just going to tap on the image, and then it's going to insert them all onto your planner spread. As you can see here, the images are quite large, so if you use the lasso tool and just circle the image and then tap and then click this square with the little circles here, this is going to allow you to resize the image. So I kind of just make them a little bit smaller just to start, and then I drag it into the corner there. Now I'm going to click on the image tool again, and this is going to allow you to select the images, and I'm simply just going to start dragging them around to make a collage into a style that I like. Once I have all the images kind of arranged how I like them, I'll also add in some of those digital stickers from the elements to kind of break up some of the harsher corners and just to also add a little bit more fun and color to the spread. And then sometimes I also like to go in and create a border along the edge just because I don't like how the images aren't perfectly lined up. It just bothers me. I can hide that by using the pen tool, and then I'm going to use that darker kind of greeny brown color again, and then I'm simply just going to draw along the edge. And don't worry about it being perfect, because when you get to the very end, you can hold it for a couple seconds and it's going to snap into a perfect rectangle. So as you can see, it's now hiding any of the edges that may be uneven. So if that bothers you as well, you can use that pen tool to hide the edges. Okay, so moving on to the next page is going to be the calendar. If you do swipe, it's going to take you to the October review and reflection page, but this is the page that you do at the end of the month. So I'm just going to swipe again and it's going to take me to the calendar, but you can also use the tabs on the side to navigate. I just like swiping through. So now I'm going to use the scribble feature again, which is doing the conversion to text. So I'm just going to go in and start writing out any appointments that I have for the month. I forgot to mention that I also changed the size to 25 on the calendar just because the boxes are a little bit smaller with the size 30 font. So change it to 25 and then click this text tool and then go save as default, and it will save the size 25 font for you. Another thing too is see how the spacing between these two lines is quite large. You can adjust that by clicking the lines at the top here near the font. And then under line spacing, you can adjust it to be bigger or smaller depending on what you need. But I'm going to make it more squished together here. And then it just helps save room. Has anybody else's GoodNotes been glitching so bad since they updated it recently? But mine is glitching so bad. But anyways, you can see here how it has that weird line through it. All right, so another thing too when creating appointments and stuff on the calendar, if you have anything that repeats itself, you can duplicate it to save you time. So sorry, I'm just adjusting something here because little things bother me, like not having a space after the at. There we go. So if you circle, like for example, my daughter's dance repeats every Tuesday. So if you circle it with the lasso tool, and then if you click this icon here, it's like a square with a plus, it'll duplicate it for you. So I'm just going to do that all the way down the page. So now you can see how easy that was just to add everything down the page that repeated itself. So my other daughter also has dance on Wednesdays, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. Alright, so I got my kids' dance classes in there. Those are the only things that repeat themselves. So now I'm just going to go ahead and write all the singular things in. I only have 2 shifts this week so far, and I don't get my schedule for the next week until the Friday, so that's why I don't have any work shifts for the other days this month. Alright, so I think that's all I have for this month, for now. And so the next thing I do is go in with the highlighter tool again, and I just color code everything. So for example, all of my daughter Emma's things will be one color, Alex's things will be one color, my things will be one color, and that just kind of helps me visualize whose is what. So I'm just going to go ahead and use those highlighter colors that I saved previously and just highlight everything. Now that I'm done highlighting everything, I'm just going to take the pen tool and I'm just going to add a couple little swirly lines under my payday. And then I'm also just going to add a little underline to the Thanksgiving. Now I'm going to go in with the stickers and just add a couple little stickers to this spread just to add something more fun so it's not just a bunch of writing. And then sometimes I'll add little to-dos or notes down in here, or you could even make like a little collage if you felt like it. I'm just gonna leave it empty. I usually do write to-dos, but this month, like I said, my main focus is on the 2025 planner, so I'm just gonna leave it empty. So now I'm going to move on to the first week of October because we're going into that week. So I'm just gonna swipe the page, but again, you can also click the hyperlinks on the side. So now I'm gonna start planning out the first week of October, and I'm going to go back to the scribble feature using that text tool, and it's on size 25, so I'm going to change that back to size 30 because that's the size that I like to use when not on the calendar view. So once you go back to the right size, just click that text tool again and go save as default so that it'll automatically stay on size 30 as you're writing everything out. So I'm just going to go ahead and start writing in what I need to do this week. So now I'm just going to go in and write out my top 3 priorities for the week, any other important to-dos, and then we'll get onto the habit tracker there. So now I'm going to go on to the habit tracker and I'm just going to write everything out, and then I'll show you what I do just to kind of add some color to the background here. Okay, so now that I have everything written out on the habit tracker, I like to take my pen tool and choose a color. So I'm going to use the orange color this time. And I just like to draw an outline around it just to add some color to the habit tracker. So I'm just going to take the pen, and again, don't worry about it being perfect because you can hold it at the end and it will snap to the perfect shape. So sometimes I'll leave it like this with an outline, but this time I don't want it to be so bold looking. So I'm going to click this back arrow and it's going to delete the outline but keep that tinted color. And then sometimes it can be a little off center, so I'm just going to take my lasso tool and just kind of center it more in the black lines. And the other thing I will do is take another color, or even you can just use the orange if you'd like because it will be a bit darker, as you can see with it hovering. And then so as I do things throughout the week, so say I worked out on Sunday, then I'll just kind of like bingo dab it, I guess you could say. And that just kind of replaces check marks. You can also check things off too, but I just like the look of this better. So next thing I'm going to do again is use the highlighter tool, and I'm just going to create those patterned dots along the side of my to-dos just because I like to check them off and I think it looks nice and just add some color. So I'm going to start with the black, I believe. And then as I check things off throughout the week, I just check off the colored circle. And I'm going to do the same thing with the dots for these guys here. So I'm just going to start with the black again. So I need to go to my highlighter on the black, and I'm just going to make a pattern going down. And then as I check things off throughout the week or do an activity or event, I just check off the colored circle again. I'm also just going to give this stat holiday a little highlight just to make it stand out. And next thing I'm going to do is decorate it with some stickers. So again, I'm going to use the elements tool, and then I'm just going to place some stickers on my digital planner spread. thing. I'm just going to add the 2 because I don't like things to look crowded. I like everything kind of clean and simple looking, and I just like to add little pops of color and stickers here and there, but you can definitely go overboard and decorate however you'd like. But I'm just going to leave mine just like this for now, and that is all I am going to do in my digital planner for today. If you guys have any ideas or things that you would like to see in the 2025 planners, please let me know in the comments, or if you have any questions on digital planning, just let me know as well, and I will reply and monitor the comments this week. I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye!